Hey guys, welcome to my Blender tutorial series, and in this tutorial we'll be going over how to add materials to objects in object mode in Blender. In the next tutorial we'll be going over how to add them to individual faces in Blender, but for now we're just going to do it to the whole object. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So for now, let's just Shift D the objects and take them on the x-axis. So we have three different objects here, three different cubes. You can delete everything else. You can have the camera there if you want. So when you tap 0, you can see all three cubes. Since you can't see all three cubes perfectly, take the camera, click here on Z in the top, and just move the camera back a little. And then click on and then you can just move manually over here and move the camera up. So now when you tap 0, you can see it a bit better. And of course, if the camera is still selected, even when you're in camera view, you can do this. So once you have it all in view, you can just move out of it and you're set. Now you have three different cubes. And so to add them to add them to the whole mesh is pretty simple actually. All you have to do is first you have to make sure you're not in solid mode or wireframe mode, because in those two modes you won't be able to see any color. You have to move over to material preview mode, and in material preview mode you can see the actual color. So when you click on these objects, for example, one of them, just the middle one, we'll make it yellow. So we click on the material, and it's currently using this base material. Now if you notice, all of them are using this base material. So if you don't want to affect the other ones, you go to the top, right click plus, and you have a new material or new material slot. And in the new material slot, you can click new for the actual new material, and you can click yellow, or you can type yellow. And once you have yellow selected, you can open preview here so you can see it, but you don't actually need preview since you can see it live here. So you click on the base color and then you drag it to whichever yellow you prefer. And now you might notice the changes are not actually being affected, because right now this cube in a whole as a whole, it'll get a lot more. It'll make a lot more sense in the for when we're shaping individual faces. But right now, even though we made this yellow slot, it's not using this because right now the whole cube, this is what's selected. So if you don't want to change this by affecting the other one, instead you click here. That'll basically replace yellow with this. And now this is yellow. And so it's some simple properties here is metallic. If you raise metallic, it gets shinier, like really shiny. And if you lower metallic, it becomes flat, like this, like a cube. And if you want to make it really flat, you add roughness all the way to the top to the point of where it barely even reflects light. If you want to make it really shiny, you completely zero out the roughness and you completely put the metallic. And as you can see, it looks kind of like a gold block, but sometimes it's a bit too unrealistic, so you want to tinker with these settings a little bit, see, to get your like perfect style of gold. So now if you wanted to make this a gold bar, you could just do this and then take these two edges and scale it on the y-axis, and you relatively have a gold bar. Work in progress. But for now, we'll just keep them as cubes, and this is technically the color gold, and we wanted yellow, right? That's what the name said. So we'll put the metallic back down and roughness back up, and we'll get a decent yellow. And now, for the most part, those are the two that you really need to know, other than just color. All these a bit more complicated. You don't have to know them, but you need to know metallic and roughness for the most part, and the color of the object, of course. And since we're done with this cube, we can go ahead and do the similar things on the other cube. So you can add a new one. You can call it blue, and you move it You click on here and move it relatively to blue. If you want it more sky blue, that's fine. Metallic and roughness about halfway through, so you have a good color. And then you go to material, you click on this, and you select blue. Now you go here, and you can't do it directly from here. You have to make the new material first. So once you make it, we can make this red. And so when we have red, just select an average red. And it's set, really. You just go to material and select red. And so now, as you can see, all the cubes are using their colors. And if you quickly wanted to change something, you can just go here and let's say you wanted 2 blue and 1 yellow, or you wanted 2 blue and 1 red. You can quickly just switch things around like this, and that would make things a lot simpler. So thank you all for watching today's tutorial, and that's really it for today's tutorial. If you want to see the other tutorials, since you're done with this tutorial and you're bored or you have time to spare, if you want to see the other tutorials, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description, which will take you to a playlist with all the other tutorials. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.